So we got connected through Erin Pheil. Got to give a shout out. Always love to do that.
Yeah.
All the best people come from just the other cool people that we've had on the show.
Yeah, Erin's great. Like I went through her MindFix program.
Yeah.
I guess it's been 2 years ago or so. I mean, it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Can you I mean, I don't know if it's like I'm kind of curious about like a before and after, if you're open to sharing that kind of thing, because she's been on the show and people have asked us, but I'm like, I don't have a good case study for you.
You know, it's really hard to explain, but I definitely noticed a big difference. You know, whenever I first went on it, I had like some level of success already, you know, in terms of like financially and, you know, business wise and everything. But I was like, still had like a massive level of like imposter syndrome. Didn't really feel comfortable, like, you know, talking about it, you know, interacting, like going, you know, live, like doing a live video, or, you know, even like participating in like, you know, I was in like masterminds and stuff, and I was just kind of like, you know, just the quiet and just observed, and, you know, just like had a lot of like confidence issues and things like that. And whenever I went through the program, you know, we worked through a lot of that. We worked through a lot of things too, where there had been a lot of things that I didn't really even realize about, just like money blocks where, you know, I would hit certain levels and, you know, then I would kind of just stay there. Or,
like a comfort kind of thing.
Yeah. Like my comfort was getting companies to around 5 million, and which is very, you know, it's good. I'm not complaining, but
it's a nice comfort zone. Yeah. For a lot.
You know, and then it was kind of like consistently with multiple companies like that, you know, and just not having, I didn't, for one of the beliefs that we kind of uncovered, you know, through it, was that I didn't really allow myself to have feelings, really. I mean, you know, I suppressed it, you know, and
how did your feelings, this is like going deep now.
Yeah, we just jumped straight into the fire.
Like, where would they come out? Like in business or some other way?
You know, I kind of suppressed a lot of it. And, you know, it took a little while to, you know, to figure this out, you know, and but we worked through it, you know, and like, this was just one of the areas. And, you know, like, it was kind of like, as an example, you know, like, you know, would have like a big exit, you know, with a company that, you know, made like life-changing money. And it was kind of like, well, you know, like, okay, what's the next thing?
Day.
No happy, no sad, you know, like, or something, you know, really negative happens, and just kind of, you know, it was just, you know, just kind of like, I really just didn't, I just kind of suppressed it all, you know. And it was like I remember, you know, like getting, you know, like whenever I got a Tesla, you know, the guys like at the dealership or whatever, is just like, you know, are you not like excited? And like, I'm like, I'm like, it's a car. I mean,
so now are you like totally routine. Into cars and no, I'm just kidding.
No. I mean, it really didn't change anything in terms of like my, you know, things overall, but, you know, what it really, you know, kind of just came down to a lot of like, just the feeling that if, you know, any kind of like emotion was shown, that, you know, then I would either be judged or disappointed, or like showing success, and not having like that background, you know, my family and growing up and all of that, was like such a dramatic change that, you know, I just kind of suppressed it a lot, you know, and, so that was one of the big things, and just really just kind of got over a lot of, I guess you would say, imposter syndrome and judging myself, quite a few things. I mean, it was a really interesting thing, because I went in kind of skeptical, you know, and it's, so
I think a lot of people would,
you know, and it's a pretty expensive program, but I was like, you know, I had actually had a recommendation from Taylor Welch. You know, I had you know, I was in his program mastermind and stuff in the past, and he
traffic and funnels, right?
Yeah, and I had you know, I was talking to him one day about, I'm like, you know, I don't know if I'm burnout or stressed out or what, but I'm just like not happy. And I was actually, I think the trigger for it when I was talking to Taylor was you know, I was like playing it very small in terms of like, I had like people coming to me for consulting, you know, business consulting, and a lot of what I do now, you know, with M&A and stuff like that. And I would turn a lot of them away, and there wasn't really a good reason. You know, it was more just a confidence thing.
I heard something recently. Who was it? It was someone. We recorded an episode last week. It was Dan Martell. That's who it was.
Okay.
And he was. I'm sure you know him, but he was talking about there's a lot of folks who will get in their own way subconsciously because they know they have to fulfill that thing they're about to sell. So for you, it could have been like, shit, I have to do another. Like I have another client I need to fulfill, or I'm obligated now to, you know, make this transaction, this person happy. So, and I heard that's such a super common thing that I know I can relate to. And probably most people that have to do everything themselves or choose to.
Yeah. And I think, you know, all this stuff is like, you know, I wouldn't say that like any of it ever goes away. You know, I think, you know, most entrepreneurs always have things like this that, you know, come up like at each level. It's just a little bit different. You know, a lot of people think that at, you know, once I get to the next level, or once I hit, you know, certain milestone, certain revenue, certain number of employees, or, you know, whatever, that, you know, things are going to just, everything's just going to be magic and happy. But, you know, it's something that these things, they just are different. You know, you have different problems, but, you know, you just kind of have to, I guess I would say you do kind of have to just kind of keep things balanced, you know, not let the highs and lows really get to you, and, you know, keep a balanced perspective, but, you know, definitely celebrate your wins, you know, the small ones, the large ones, all of them. And, you know, whenever you're dealing with something that's like you know, at the time it feels like a really negative situation or hopeless situation. It's like, you know, I've been through things like that in the past, you know, whether it's like patent lawsuits, business partner disputes.
Lots of money lost, I'm sure, along
I
the
lost
way.
$1 million in one day.
There you go. That will do it.
That was you know, and that was like cash money.
Jesus.
Like, you know,
you just drop a duffel bag of cash in a dark alley. Oops. That slipped. No,
you know, so there's just been a lot of things like that. But whenever I look back at any of those, you know, I've realized that, you know, I'm more resilient, you know, and going through those experiences just kind of makes me feel like whatever happens, you know, going forward, it'll probably be a different problem. You know, things are likely not going to be the same, but you know, I can deal with stuff, you know, and that's like one of the biggest things, you know. And I think, you know, I mentioned last time, one of the biggest kind of I guess one of the points that, you know, I kind of realized that you know, that I could stop worrying so much, and, you know, my stress level went way down, was whenever I realized that, you know, I was confident that I could rebuild, you know, something if I lost everything, you know. And it's kind of like looking at, you know, in the absolute worst case, you know, you lose completely everything. I mean, I would just, you know, go online and build something else, you know.
It's like nothing and no one can hurt you. So it's like, why feel anxious or scared, even losing a physical thing like, you know, a car or money, even $1 million? It's like, it doesn't matter. Can't hurt me. You know? Yeah.
I mean, you can always rebuild. I mean, you know, it's, if you know, especially if you have like sales skills, marketing skills, and you develop that, I mean, you have like some resiliency built in.
Yeah. Well, very cool. So,
cool.
well, I mean, what you're saying is so. So with Erin, I worked with Erin too, and Erin really, really helped me with the imposter syndrome. That was like the thing that she honed in on, because we do this podcast, right?